Hello, we are here for another watch party. Please excuse me while the cat is in frame. As always, she shows up when the recording goes on if the door is open, and I left the door open. Today we are sorry, I was just getting my chat up in another screen. I really got to get a second monitor, but like shit costs money, man. So one second. This is Sasha. Say hi, Sasha. Say bye, Sasha. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So this week I am watching a completely different time period than last week. Last week we watched October, November 1997. We will be returning to that time period for pretty much all of August, but I wanted to watch some stuff for These Small Hours, which is a 2008 rewrite of Kate Howard's shooting and the aftermath of that. And I haven't rewatched a whole lot of 2008 since I originally watched it. So I just want to put myself in the time frame because starting Monday, I'm going to start Discovery on that. So, all right, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get my screen ready. Please remember, so if you are coming in later, this is research, so I will be pausing to talk about it. Please feel free to come in and hang out in the chat. That was really fun last week. Or leave comments later, whatever you need to do. So I'm going to head over to my research streams. As you can see, I have a couple scheduled. So this is These Small Hours. We are not going to watch the entire 2 hours. I don't have that kind of stamina, to be honest. But we are going to watch as much as I kind of want, probably about an hour. So, all right. And let me just double check my audio as always. Let me just double check my audio as always. Let me just double check my audio. All right, good. It's working. I just have like zero faith in my own technical abilities to make sure that the audio is coming through for you guys while I'm listening to it on headphones. All right. Also, I have absolutely no idea exactly when I pulled this from. I think it's from August and September of 2008. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure the Kate Howard shooting is on here because it got clipped for I got copyright claimed for the Ave Maria stuff that plays. So, there's Spinelli. We do love Spinelli. All right, so let's go ahead and play that.
Could I possibly provide assistance? I know how Stone Cold hates paperwork.
Doctors say you have to rest.
I am capable of multitasking.
Just concentrate on getting better.
Who knew getting hit by a car would prove ultimately boring?
Okay, opinions needed.
I may have spoken too soon.
How do I look?
It's different.
Well, that's good because it's for court.
You look like iced lemonade on a hot summer's day.
Oh, well, I'm disqualifying your opinion because you think I look good in anything. Now you think suit and tie and then translate it to a woman. Or is that too difficult for you?
You look fun.
Do you really not understand the importance of my outfit today? I need to look honest, and I'm not sure I can pull that off, so I have to look somewhat conservative before I perjure myself on the stand. Unless Spinelli could figure out a way to hack into the court records and take my name off the witness list.
Shameless. Absolutely fucking shameless. I hate this child.
What about this? Is this better?
You're gonna make yourself crazy. It doesn't matter what you wear.
That is wrong. People who don't know you, that would be the jury, use visual cues to make judgments, more commonly known as a first impression. And don't let anyone tell you they don't count, because sometimes you can't overcome them.
Maximista is not only the fairest of them all, she is the wisest.
Don't think you can flatter me out of being mad at you.
Try to understand this. There are procedures that lawyers go through, okay? Both sides have to tell the other side what they're going to present in court, what witnesses they're going to call. There is a list. Your name is on that list. Scott Baldwin is not going to forget you because this guy right here can hack into the court records and delete your name. It doesn't work that way.
Well, fine. Then I guess I'm doomed because Scott Baldwin is going to rip me apart on the stand and I'm going to get defensive and say something incriminating and then he's going to arrest me for accessory to murder and then that's the end of the story, end of my fashion career.
You keep thinking that way, you're going to make it happen.
May I possibly interject? The discord between my two favorite people is causing me great distress and compromising my recovery. Stone Cold, I would ask of you as a personal favor to me to be a little more sympathetic with the troubled Maximista. And of you, I would ask
He has zero time for
two
this
things,
shit.
actually. A, that you are a little less disparaging in tone when speaking to Stone Cold, and B, to walk into that courtroom with confidence and a positive attitude. That, coupled with your incomparable beauty, will assure a successful outcome.
You're so wonderful.
I am?
Absolutely never deserved him.
My best friend, and I don't even have any words.
It's like Jason's just sitting there. What? All right, so this is August. I did the trial in August and September that year. Oh God, I used to be so much younger.
Hey,
Patrick
great.
and Roman, my peoples.
Thank you.
Is that baby all settled down?
Yes, mother and child enjoyed a restful evening undisturbed by Braxton Hicks. Whoever that is.
Can I borrow you for consult later?
Sure.
Okay, I'll just find you when I'm done. Great.
Impressive.
Well, not one word about marriage. I guess we should all take a lesson. I can see now how much pressure we've been putting on Robin.
Yeah, I'd like to believe I don't need a building to fall on my head to get the point. Robin doesn't want to marry me.
Oh, my baby.
You okay with that?
No, I'm not. But if you want the truth, I think it's better that I just live down to Robin's expectations and let the chips fall where they may.
I'm sorry, Spinelli. Kissing you is breaking all of our rules.
I'm not offended.
I just wanted you to know, in case I don't get a chance to tell you, because I'd be in jail, how much you actually need to know.
Please, don't worry. Maximista will not languish behind bars.
Poor Jason.
And if perchance your fears do come
Poor
true,
Jason.
Stone Cold and I will bring to bear all resources at our disposal to break you out. Should it become necessary, which it won't.
Thank you.
Okay, remember what I said. Do not volunteer anything. You stick to the story. And if you start feeling like you have to lie, just say you don't remember.
Isn't that like the same thing as a lie? I mean, what are the chances that I wouldn't remember something that happened that night? It's not every day you walk into the aftermath of a murder.
Okay, Maxie, you kept the secret this long. You can handle court. And if you play this right, you can gain the jury's sympathy and you can make Baldwin look like the bully he is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try. Just wish me luck.
Good luck.
I wish you could be there, but that's just me being selfish. Take care of yourself, okay?
I'm gonna take a minute to say how fucked up it is that Maxie gets to walk around the penthouse. That always bothered me. Like Jason was always like, everything's too dangerous, but literally the rest of the fucking world, it's fine. We're not gonna do this. This is not the point of this. I'm annoyed by that. Maybe that should come up at some point. I don't know. I'm also trying to remember when exactly did Jason get so comfortable with Maxie? Was it literally just the Spinelli stuff? Because kind of think Maxie should get more shit. Not important. All right. Just comment on that.
What if that's the last time I see Maximista leaving a room without shackles on?
Hey,
Couldn't get that
I need
lucky.
a favor for Lulu.
Sure, what can I do?
Well, I made arrangements to get her out of the country with a new identity. Unfortunately, Scott Baldwin is determined to put her on the stand. If he does, if he catches wind of what I'm planning, I need a backup in place.
And that's where I come in.
Right. If you can be prepared to get her to some sort of a rendezvous point, I think I can take it from there.
Okay, sure.
Okay, you don't seem very surprised. Not even a what's the rush? You know, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
Can I have the Barnes shirt? There you go.
I miss this friendship.
I'm sorry, I have to ask you. What were you and Patrick talking about earlier when I walked away?
Nothing.
Nothing. So I'm just being paranoid. Just driving myself crazy, right?
You want to talk about it?
He's just been so great. He finally did the one thing that I've been asking him to do. Let up on the marriage proposal stuff, so why am I not happy about it?
Patrick,
wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
I miss him so much. It's
About
ridiculous.
Bond's case. I agree with your assessment. Surgery is warranted.
Yeah, you knowing the truth about the night Logan was killed explains a lot. Why you were at the police station when John and Lulu broke out, why you've been on the periphery of this all along. How'd you find out?
I had access to certain information. Lulu eventually confirmed it.
Damn, why didn't you come to me
That's
right
okay.
away?
I couldn't.
Well, if you put yourself in my place for a moment, if Emily had killed somebody in self-defense and the guilt was tearing her up inside, wouldn't you want to know?
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. But Lulu trusted me to keep her secret, and that's what I did. And I did everything I could for her. And for the record, that didn't include breaking her and Johnny out of jail. When they made a run for it, I was as surprised as anybody
I
else.
know, but if you'd have told me, I think I could have done something.
Like what?
I
Like
don't
what?
know, proven that she acted in self-defense.
See, the problem is Johnny destroyed all the evidence.
He should have admitted
Well,
that.
it wouldn't have mattered because Baldwin was already mad at Lulu for assaulting Logan last winter. Now Logan's dead and Lulu's in the same room. Forget it. Baldwin is not going to be distracted from making her pay.
I guess we'll never know. Anyway, what's done is done. Can I count on you with this?
Yeah, I'll make the arrangements, put them on standby. You let me know when you want to proceed.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Nicholas was only minor trash and not a pile heap of garbage? Really miss Tyler Christopher.
Hey. Do you mind if I vent for a second?
No, of course not.
Okay, it's probably going to sound completely irrational because it certainly does to me.
Well, not to state the obvious, but most things about love aren't rational.
So, as I mentioned, Patrick gave me this very sweet speech about how he takes back his marriage proposal and how he accepts that marriage is not something that I want right now, apologizing for pressuring me.
Good for him.
And you saw him this morning. He was all business. So, since I just got exactly what I've been asking for, I should be happy. Right? I mean, relieved. But in my usual perverse way, I'm just upset now because he doesn't want to marry me. There, I said it. This is all just hormones, right? What's making me so ridiculous and contrary, it'll all pass once the baby comes.
I don't know. Maybe you're just ambivalent to marriage. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, making a lifetime commitment to one person in a world that seems so transitory is a kind of a scary thing. I mean, what if it doesn't work out? Why make that big of an emotional risk if you're not absolutely sure?
But you can't be absolutely sure about anything.
That's my point exactly.
Okay. Here's what I know for sure. I love Patrick. Patrick loves me. Enough to put his heart on the line and offer me his future. I mean, he's the one that's been brave with the situation. He's stepped up, and I haven't even met him halfway. I just keep dodging and weaving and acting like a silly little teenager. And you know what the worst part is? I think I really hurt him.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Lulu. She's not in her room.
Lulu's gone.
What do you mean, gone?
An assistant DA and a cop showed up with court order and took her away.
Jason, what are you doing here? Where's Lulu?
Oh, they must still be.
Why would Scott even want Lulu's testimony? She's obviously very sick.
Baldwin, what he wants is he wants Lulu to admit that she played Logan and Johnny against each other, provoked the murder, and then helped Johnny escape.
Can you do that?
Judge signed the court order. He can pretty much do whatever he wants, make Lulu testify.
At least you tried.
I just wish there was more I could do.
I've been thinking a lot about us.
Oh.
I know you think if we start seeing each other, we'll only want more.
I will never be able to give you what you want.
Well, I I gave up the dream of being married with a white picket fence a long time ago. I just don't see why we can't have a very private relationship. Why can't we just take what we can give each other and be happy?
I just don't think it can work.
Isn't it nice to see that in August 2008, we're still having the same fucking conversations we did in August 2002? This is some fucking so over this danger fucking storyline. I want to set it on fire. Oh my God. I really hate it. I really hate it. I really hate it. I hate it so much. Is this what this is going to be for the next hour? I swear to God, I'm going to set myself on fire. It is literally it's lazy writing, and let me explain why. This is the same conversation they've been having since 2000. This is the same conversation Jason's been having with women in his life since 1996. And I understood it with Robin because Robin knew him before and like there was still a chance he could get out. I don't understand it with Elizabeth because he was Jason Morgan by the time they got involved. And then in 2000, he seemed to accept that like this gets to be her choice. And then we get to have this fucking fight again in 2002. And now we're having it in 2006, 2007, 2008. And I'm just like, it's so lazy. And here's why it's lazy. They only pull it out when they have no other better reason why these two people can't be together. Like if you can't come up with a character-driven reason why they can't be together, or because one of them's like dead, like then they probably should be together, right? But this is like artificial keeping them apart. It's ridiculous. It's insanity. Maxie gets to come and go. Spinelli gets to live with him, but he can't have kids. Like, you're... Ah! Sorry. I'm just so mad. So mad. I'm also really tired of Liz always being the one to beg for shit. Like, she did her shit in 2007. She's definitely the villain of that year. But Jason can go absolutely fuck himself after that.
Hey, what are you doing here? You were supposed to go straight home after Maxie's testimony.
What is a home, really? An abode? A safe haven, a place to rest?
Did Maxie end up in jail?
I fear she's trapped in a prison of her own making, one of shame, humiliation, loneliness.
Where is she right now?
I know not. I should have heeded Stone Cold's advice and stayed within the confines of my pink bedroom. My presence in court only made painful testimony even worse.
What happened? What did she say? Did she say something to incriminate herself?
The prickly prosecutor asked almost nothing about the night of the murder.
Spinelli, that's great.
Yeah, no, but instead he asked questions of a most personal and humiliating nature. He presented Fair Maximista as a careless wench.
She
of
is.
The lowest virtue of the roundest heel. He forced her to admit that she knew the Krabby Commando in the biblical sense for the sole intention of hurting Fair Lulu, and then
Krabby
forced her
Commando.
to
Is that
admit
Logan?
she offered herself again to the Krabby Commando only to be rejected.
At least we know Baldwin doesn't suspect anything.
Yeah. I admire how you can stick to the facts, but had you seen her on the witness stand? Never flinching.
Yeah, Maxie's trash.
Never resorting to a lie.
It's always sad Spinelli never figured that out.
She was the epitome of courage.
Did you tell her that?
I was witness to her brutal and public humiliation, and for that reason, she
Didn't get humiliated enough.
Why do you think that?
She walked out of the courtroom, head held high, and I followed to offer a kind word of comfort, but she just kept walking. Just walked away. I guess too distraught to even glance in my direction, but my admiration remains pure.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. I could never judge Maximista for her propensity to make bad choices.
Maxie does bring a lot of trouble on herself.
And if you had just seen the pain in her eyes.
Okay, Maxie is tough. She may not be as upset about this as you are.
Yeah, but then why did she walk away from?
Why? Because she was embarrassed. I mean, you know what that's like?
All too well, I'm afraid.
Sometimes it's more painful to be friends with someone who expects the best from you than someone who expects the worst.
By that stone cold logic, the kindest thing for me to do for Maximista would be to have no expectations either way. To leave her completely alone.
And that's up to you.
But that way is so painful. As I've seen with you and Fair Elizabeth.
Smelly really was our cheerleader. Go fam. Look at her not giving up as always.
You shouldn't be showing up here.
Why not? Carly does.
Thank you. Fucking thank you.
Since when do you follow Carly's example?
Carly gets what she
I
fucking
think I
wants.
should a little more often.
No, you don't mean that.
Don't tell me what I mean. Or assume you know what I want or what I can handle.
Thank you.
When I came to Port Charles years ago, I handled myself just fine. I was fearless. And you know what? I liked who I was back then.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
went after what I wanted with no apologies. And that's what I'm doing right now. I want you, and I know you want me.
Thank you. How do you turn that down, sir? How do you turn that down?
You get involved, everybody's gonna be at risk.
Not if we keep it a secret.
What, you want to go back to lying to people?
A huge part of our life will always be a lie for Jake. And you know what? I'm over it. I am tired of being miserable. I want us to figure out a way to
How can I justify that after what happened to Michael?
No life is ever safe, and you
My
and I have
life
the
is
right to
against
decide.
everything that you believe in.
Andre Karpov.
Okay,
Hey guys, that's Cody. Yay.
in a minute. You gotta go out the back way.
No, we're not finished.
What are you doing? You can't be here.
Watch me.
I'd forgotten she'd done this. Go girl. Catch yourself.
Last night, someone brutally beat 2 of my guards. Left them in the alley outside of my warehouse.
In the alley where my associate was run down?
An unfortunate accident.
Unfortunately, your guards aren't dead.
And you admit that you ordered the attack.
I didn't order it. I did it myself.
Good.
Should I be flattered that you personally attacked my man and left them for dead?
You ran Spinelli down in the street. Whatever you do to me, I will do back to you. Twice over.
One, I really like that Liz is watching that because if she still wants Jason after that, he can't say, you know, she's not aware. What's actually really interesting is watching all of that right after I watched last week's stuff and just like Jason doing it's actually the exact same Jason Morgan, which is kind of nice, which makes sense because Goose is writing this stuff. And I'm pretty sure he was the writer in 97, or at least on that staff.
When I send a message, I do it myself. I broke
Right, so this is September,
so they would never raise them against me again. I cracked their kneecaps to show them how nobody comes at me in my city. I left them alive so you'd get the message.
You've gone too far, Mr. Morgan.
No. You have. When you went after Spinelli, you touch him or anybody else under my protection, next person in the hospital will be you.
That's right. You tell him.
It will be a tragedy for this situation to escalate any further.
You should go now, too.
This is the part where I run out, horrified, as if I don't know what you're capable of.
Thank you.
I'm not going to pretend to be okay with it. But this is your life. It doesn't change how I feel about you.
It should.
I can separate who you are from the things you do.
Sorry. Like you want to know. Karpov made a call when he was leaving. One heard it sound like he was arranging to meet someone. Seemed like a good idea to put a tail on him. I just heard back from my guy.
It's good work. Let's go.
I can do it on my own.
No, I want to see what Karpov's up to myself. How reliable is your source?
Very. Karpov was here talking to another man. They were checking out the building.
Why does a guy like
Oh, they
Karpov
haven't burned
care
this
about
down
food?
yet.
We never finished our conversation.
Yeah, I get a meeting with the city council.
Are you gonna let me in or make me do this in the hallway?
I'm trying to get permits. Diane set up this meeting with the city council member. If I blow him off, because he's going to tank the whole project. So
Just admit you're running. You're afraid to talk to me.
I'm sick of hurting you. Telling you no, I can't. Can't make you happy.
Well, it's for me to decide, not you.
I mean, it would work for a little while. But sooner or later, someone you love will get hurt, or I'm going to do something that you cannot live with.
I accept that we don't have a future. But we do have right now. That's all I'm asking. You don't know how I've tried to talk myself out of this.
I love the song.
That's all I see is you.
How I dealt with Karpov. The things you heard me say, that's who I am. All the times I got shot and you had to nurse me back to health, I was shooting at people who were shooting at me, and sometimes they died. I chose a life where being able to kill is a measure of success. I choose to break the law. I had a chance to run away with you and the kids, and I chose to stay. What part of that makes you love me?
Mm-hmm.
I can't explain it. It's not logical. It's why it's love.
Maybe this time the fates will be kind to us.
I miss him so much.
Love like it's ours to keep.
I miss when they used to do the original songs. This is when Carly walks in, right?
This us is going nowhere.
I don't expect it to. I accept who you are and the life you've chosen. I don't have any illusions about this. I'm not secretly hoping that you're gonna just throw it all out the window because we've slept together.
I just don't want people to know that you're close to me, that I care about you.
It's a little late. Came out in court last summer that we were involved.
It came out that we slept together. It's not the same thing as a relationship.
Well, maybe that's my mistake. Maybe we don't actually have a relationship. You know, that first night we were together, I was so hurt and confused. I had just found Lucky in my bed with Maxie. And I came to you because I needed a friend. You know, that's what I told myself. But it was more. My marriage was over, and you were the man I always wanted to be with. And you were just as hurt and confused.
You saved me that night. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't shown up.
I guess it was a combination of all that hurt and missed opportunities that brought us together. We took refuge in each other. But you're right. It wasn't a relationship. It was just one night that we were both able to escape reality. But since then, I've been trying to go back to that night. Because that was the one time that you let your guard down and you let me in.
I miss him so much.
Possible to do that again?
Fucking Carly, I know she's gonna ruin everything.
You're a mother. There's too much at risk.
And
It's
I
not
can be a good mother and still make a place for you. Why is it that you can't make a place for me?
because you're not thinking this through.
I've thought about nothing else. I know what it would mean.
Well, sneaking around and meeting in secret, that's what it would
Being
mean.
together. I know it wouldn't be perfect, but it would be worth
Well, until
it.
one of my enemies use you as leverage against me.
I'm not afraid.
I am afraid. If anything happened to you, I couldn't take it.
Well, I can't take being without you.
You don't want this kind of life.
Jason, don't tell me what I
What are you
want.
gonna do? Spend all your days keeping track of your lies and making excuses so you can sneak off to see me for a couple hours only to find out that I can't make it because of business?
I know there will be disappointments.
And guilt. Not just for the lies, but all the time you're gonna miss with your kids just so you can sneak off to see me.
Nobody spends 24/7 with their kids. I'm not going to feel guilty for having a life and for spending time with my son's father.
Well, you gonna tell Lucky? You know, secrets get out sooner or later.
You don't think I've considered all this? That I've gone over this in my head 1,000 times? I have already promised myself that if it gets too painful, I'll walk away. But that is for me to decide when and how much I can handle. Aren't you the one that's always saying that people should be able to make their own choices?
Yes, I don't think you can live with this choice and what it's gonna mean.
There's this college professor, Randy Pausch. I'm sure you've heard of him. Well, he was dying, and he got all these people together in a room to give what he called the last lecture. And he talked about achieving your dreams and brick walls, and that they are there for a reason, to let you prove how badly you want something. I do not want you to tell me that this is going to be easy or that there are going to be brick walls. I just need you to tell me how you feel.
Doesn't matter how I feel.
Jason, I am standing here with my heart in my hands. Don't tell me it doesn't matter.
I'm just trying to protect you.
I don't want you to protect me. I just want you to tell me if you feel the same way or if I'm just crazy.
You're not crazy.
Oh. You know what? Listen, what I've always loved about Steve and Becky is that they have had this scene 1,000 fucking times since 2000. It's too dangerous. You can't handle it. We can't do it. Whatever. You know, I have seen 18 different versions of this scene in 2008 alone. And somehow every single time these two do this scene and they do this like exact same fucking dialogue, it still feels new. And that is because they are amazing. And now I'm mad because we didn't get to have this. This wasn't the start of something great. This was the end of it. I'm already mad. This is stupid. I'm not going to be able to write this story without spending the entire time being angry at the world, am I?
Is Jason home? I really need to talk to him.
Uncle's had work he needed to attend to. Can the jackal be of any assistance to that?
Can you use your computer skills to erase the past? Can you get Jax to take me back after I slept with Sonny? Can you give me back the man I realized was the love of my life as he was walking out the door? Can you do that for me?
If only I could.
I'm sorry. Don't put this on you. I'm sorry.
No. I'm an excellent dumpy. Can I get you a refreshment while you wait for Stone Cold?
Thank you. I'm a mess. Go upstairs and wash my face.
And tell me the penthouse doesn't have a fucking downstairs bathroom. Lazy fucking rating. They framed this shot as if she's catching them, as if Carly has any fucking... She's the worst.
I'm sorry.
You can leave anytime. Like, why do you not immediately fucking leave? Like, I don't fucking Carly.
I'm so sorry.
You want to go after her, don't you?
I just know Clyde does crazy things when she gets mad.
Then you should catch up with her. I've known you long enough to get how it works. Carly crashes and burns, and you're there to make it right.
No, but Elizabeth.
It's okay.
It's not okay. Don't listen to her.
Go do what you need to do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I threw my pen. Apologies. She wanted you to argue with him. You argue with her, you dingus.
I have to find my purse. I have to get out of here.
Jackal can't help but notice the Valkyrie seems even more distressed than before she went upstairs. Perhaps it would be prudent to postpone any use of a motor vehicle. Besides, I have refreshments.
You tell Jason I'm sorry I didn't mean to.
What?
Whoa, Carly, hey, don't
No, you
run
have a
off.
plan, but I don't know why that possibility never seems to occur to me. I'm sorry.
Tell me what happened.
I'm so sorry for barging in on you. I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea you were even home.
Yeah, the Jackal can confirm the Valkyrie's claim of innocence. I mistakenly told her that you were off the premises. Did she interrupt a much-needed power nap?
You came here because you were upset. Just tell me what happened.
Oh my goodness. I have no idea that the maternal one was in Stone Cold's bed room. I was under the
Spinelli.
impression that a physical relationship was
Spinelli,
not.
please.
Stop talking.
Neither am I, so I'm just gonna go.
No. You don't have to go.
Actually, the hospital just called. They're short on nurse, so I'm gonna go.
Well, okay. You had the night off. You clearly had plans. It's okay.
Jason wants to help you.
So fucked up on so many levels. So I can't even begin to describe the levels upon which this is fucked up. Literally, this story repeats every fucking beat of 2002 down to Carly fucking interrupting everything with a goddamn phone call.
Okay, we'll just have them cleared. Oh, Elizabeth, thank you for coming on such short notice. Well, actually, no notice whatsoever.
Sure. I wasn't far when you called, and my plans for the night kind of fell through.
Oh, sorry.
It's good to see you.
It's good to be back, actually.
Oh, wish she'd killed Sam when she ran her over with the car.
What do we have here?
Fire, free clinic. Dr. Hunter has 30 burns on his leg.
Elizabeth, pull Dr. Hunter's file and notify next of kin. Let's get him into...
Nadine!
Nadine, too? Nicholas?
I want to go with her.
No, just let them do their jobs and stay here with me, okay?
Had the Jackal known that Stone Cold was reconnecting, as it were, with the maternal one, I would have never entered the premises, let alone sent up agents of disruption to sully your workings.
No one's blaming you, Spinelli.
And also,
I'm blaming him.
I've compounded the already distressed Valkyrie's anxieties.
It's okay. I didn't mean to do any harm, and I was here, remember? You didn't know Jason was home, and Jason should be allowed to have a woman upstairs in his bedroom without me barging in the door.
Thank you, Carly.
Called boundaries, and I'm
Oh,
sorry,
self-aware.
I'm not really good at it.
Self-aware. We love a self-aware queen.
Spinelli, can I talk to Jason about it?
Say no more.
Just leave it. Okay.
He's a great guy. I can see why you like
You
him.
didn't come here to talk about it, Spinelli.
Jack's hit the wall just like you said he would.
He found out about you and Sonny.
Yeah, and he moved out, and he took everything this time, and he's not coming back. Lost him. And it's killing me because I love him more than anything.
So how's she doing?
Well, there was serious smoke inhalation and minor burns, but I've given her something to help her sleep and something to ease the pain.
And she's gonna be all right, though, right?
Well, she got lucky, I guess, thanks to you. And barring any unforeseen circumstances, I think she'll make a full recovery.
Thank God for that. I mean, she's become a really good friend of mine. We've been spending a lot of time together since she's been helping me set up and run Emily's clinic.
Nicholas, it's okay. Really. Now I have to go and check on Dr. Hunter. Unfortunately, he didn't fare as well.
What about Matt?
Why don't you go in and see her?
You sure it's okay?
I think when she wakes up, the first person she would like to see is you.
They really tried to make this happen. It never was going to work.
How many mistakes do I have to make before I learn?
All of them. Multiple times.
I was crazy to think Jax was never going to find out about me and Sonny.
You were scared. You didn't want to lose Jax. You made a bad choice.
What bad choice? I made lots of bad choices. I should have trusted Jax. I should have trusted him to be more forgiving. Because as it turns out, if I would have told him the night that it happened, that may have been my only way to keep him.
Carly, trust me, you can drive yourself crazy picking apart what you can't change.
How could I not have realized how much I love Jax?
Because you're an idiot?
How he makes me better. Happier and lighter and funnier. And
these are all true.
He never used me. He never tried to make me feel bad or less than.
Thank you. All the reasons Sonny and Carly are trash.
Again.
Self-sabotage.
I ruined everything. I didn't trust his love, so I just tested it until it snapped. And now I've lost the best man that's ever happened to me, and I have no one to blame but myself. You know, you predicted it. That I would try and replace the pain of Michael with something that was at least familiar. Pain that I was used to. Except the joke's on me because losing Jack doesn't feel like anything I've ever felt before.
Sorry.
Jax has ruined me, you know. I'm never gonna love someone like this again.
Tomorrow, will you be mine?
Spinelli, I know you mean well, but this idea could seriously crash and burn.
The Valkyrie is most distressed over the recent dissolution of her marriage. I'm just trying to elevate her spirits by providing a prospective suitor.
Online.
This
Is this where
website
Spinelli sets up
guarantees
online
matches
dating?
Via 25 potential
Great.
points of compatibility.
Well, if physical attraction isn't one of them, the rest are a waste of time.
Does Max needs to believe romance can't blossom between two individuals that begin as friends?
Spinelli, sexual compatibility is so important. How can you get that from an online dating service?
Okay, you're not signing me up on a dating service.
Sign me up for online dating. That would be
Okay,
interesting.
before this gets out of
hysterical.
control, like my non-existent affair with Karpov's attorney, you both need to understand that my personal life is off limits.
Okay, with all due respect, Stone Cold, this actually doesn't...
Jason, the world doesn't revolve around you. Not that it would do any good signing you up for online dating. I mean, what would we list as your hobbies? Cleans guns and shoots people? If you want to be miserable and alone for the rest of your life, that's your problem. Spinelli and I, we're going to help out someone who'd be a little more appreciative.
Who?
Carly.
The last.
Yeah, I love that Jason thought it was about him too. I think it's just because his love life is on his mind. I'm telling you. There are some things I like about the Maxie Spinelli Jason dynamic. It's just more proof that the show didn't know what to do with Jason and Elizabeth other than how to keep them apart, because there's no reason why he can't be with somebody and then have these people walking around as if they don't matter to him. Like, it's just ridiculous. The fact that he doesn't have a wife, great. They'll just take Spinelli. They already ran him over once. Fucking lazy story, right? I'm sorry. I'm trying really not to be angry while I'm watching Jason and Elizabeth have the same conversation they've been having since 2000. Now I remember why I don't rewatch this, because as lovely as the Jason and Elizabeth stuff is, it makes me want to stab people.
Last thing Carly needs is a bunch of strangers coming onto her over the internet.
I think you know nothing about women.
Actually, Stone Cold is quite knowledgeable on the subject of the distaff gender.
The what?
Women. They're drawn to Stone Cold like moths to a flame.
So he's hot, but he doesn't know what women feel or want.
Okay, this is about Carly.
Yeah, and when a woman has had her heart stomped on, nothing makes her feel better than some hot, eligible men hitting on her.
And not to rule out males of a more steadfast, nature with loyalty and intelligence, if somewhat substandard physical prowess.
This would be good for.
But it wouldn't.
Do you think you could rustle up some support for your friend Spinelli?
Okay, how am I not supporting Spinelli?
Well, this whole internet dating thing was his idea.
Hey, but if Stone Cold thinks it's detrimental.
Well, iffy about it at first, but now I'm thinking, hey, can't be that bad.
Okay, you gotta understand that when Carly is going through something like this, she can make some crazy choices. She could hook up with some guy who's a psycho or abusive.
I wanted to aid the heartbroken Valkyrie, not place her in jeopardy.
Good. Maybe you can find some other way to help her.
Don't. Who put you in charge of anyone's dating life?
When will the doctor be into?
I miss Nadine.
Dr. Fox just started his rounds. Your vitals look good, but how are you feeling?
I'm tired. I'm okay.
Will she need any more tests or anything like that?
Well, that's for the doctor to decide. Don't worry, she's doing well.
Thanks. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have jumped in like that. You're perfectly capable of asking your own question.
Well, it's kind of nice to be fussed over, so feel free.
Oh, well, okay, if you insist.
You're bullying Spinelli into thinking he's making a horrible mistake.
Hey, what are you talking about? I just told him not to sign Carly up on an online dating service.
Who says you get to dictate what Spinelli does or doesn't do for Carly?
Maximus need not rally to the Jackal's defense so vociferously.
I'll be as vociferous as I please. Just because Spinelli and Carly put up with you doesn't mean you get to dictate their
Okay,
love
fine.
lives.
If you guys are determined to do this, talk to Carly. Don't do it behind her back.
That is a suggestion worth contemplation.
And please do it somewhere else. I have an appointment.
Fine, we're going. And you need to get a handle on your control issues.
The Jackal is somewhat confused. Are we still planning to continue aiding the Valkyrie?
Yeah. And while we're on one venture, why don't we make it a twofer? I say we sign up Mr. Socially Challenged for the dating side also.
Maximus to court's disaster.
Oh, come on, Spinelli. We're not going to use...
Yeah, Nadine leaving in February. I remember they broke her contract. They took her off contract in February of 2009. And that's when I started saying, I'm not going to fuck with this show much longer. Because I was just not in the mood for it, honestly. This is ridiculous. But I'm going to say, to the extent that I have ever really liked Maxie, it would definitely be this era of Maxie, because she was kind of insane and not I don't know what the sad, weepy mess we have now. She's killed a lot of cops. That's probably what it is. I think, wasn't Nathan her third one? It was Jesse, Cooper, and Nathan, right? So, it's insane.
Jason's real name. We'll just use his stats. I mean, I have to see if he's even compatible with one person.
How you doing?
Hey, they took Nadine for some more tests.
That isn't what I asked. In case you don't remember, you were also in a fire last night. You hadn't even changed out of your city clothes.
I should probably call Alfred on
He
my
already
cell
called.
phone.
I told him you're okay.
Oh, how's Spencer? Did he
He's
say?
fine. He's fine. Alfred said he's got everything under control and you can stay here as long as you need. Which is good since obviously something's keeping you here.
Yeah. Just I feel so restless sometimes, like I'm coming out of my own skin, and I try to find some purpose or meaning in this whole thing. I mean, that's what the clinic was for, and then Nadine almost died there.
Nicholas, the fire wasn't your fault.
No,
In fact, you saved Nadine and Matt's lives.
I know, it's just, it makes you not want to invest or care about anything that you love because it can be taken away from you so easily.
You know what I think? I think it scared you to see Nadine in danger. And whether you wanted to or not, it made you realize that you care for her. And now you're alive and she's alive, and what happens
Liz
next?
propping
You
another
either
bad
hide
pairing.
from what's in
I
front of
hate to
you,
see
or
it.
take the chance while you can.
Where have you been?
I had to change my shoes. I wasn't walking tall enough. Of course, that happens when you lean on a man.
What?
All right, now, the city council is going to ask you some very tough questions before they simply hand out building permits. So, your answers need to sound sincere. Since you are a man, and all men are good liars, that shouldn't be very difficult for you.
I love Diane
Are
so
you
much.
okay?
You know what? Who's to say you haven't cheated on me?
I miss Diana Max. That was some good stuff.
If you haven't cheated on me yet, you will.
I said nothing about cheating.
You made it crystal clear that you heartily condone it.
You know what this is? This is a guilty conscience.
Excuse me?
You're going on the attack to cover up the fact that you cheated on me.
My favorite thing about this kind of stuff, especially in like with the Spinelli and Maxie stuff, is it gives Steve Burton like a very small chance to play the lighter side of Jason, where he's just like, I don't want to, just gonna sit down. You do you guys. I feel like this is what they were trying to go, this kind of dynamic with like a side couple doesn't really get a lot of focus. They were trying to do this with Epiphany and Milo, and man, it did not work. It was cringy. I just wanted to like set myself on fire every time they were on screen. This was a lot of fun. We needed to have this back. Diane for president.
That is a ridiculous assertion. Now you are just grasping at straws.
This is something that they really only did during this era of the show. The extent he was involved with people's relationship drama, it was always just Sonny and Carly. This is the first time where we're like, that I can personally remember watching him like be on the sidelines of everybody else. And I wonder if it's just like watching other couples. All right. I'm gonna make a note for myself. I just think that that's kind of interesting to wonder about. Like, yeah, why is Jason the spectator here? And maybe it's just to be like, maybe he wants this, just like this something.
I don't hear you denying it.
Just because it's beneath my dignity to even discuss it.
Well, excuse me for lowering your standards.
Okay, you know what you're doing now? You're being a typical man trying to turn your transgression back on me.
You just can't admit you're wrong.
I'm right, you're wrong. That is a tactic used only by the desperate.
There you go again, doing what you always do, treating everything like it's some kind of legal argument.
Well, I'm sorry. If you find my manner overbearing and abrasive, you should have spoken up months ago.
Okay, both of you, stop.
Now. What's going on is Mr. G and Betty willing to trade in a mature, career-driven, intelligent woman for a cheap 20-something in a tight sweater.
You'd rather be with the boss than the flunky. No wonder why you didn't want Kate to marry Mr. C. You probably wanted them all for yourself.
That is
The nerve.
patently absurd.
All Mr. C's lady lawyers eventually fall for him.
I mean,
Me? Attracted to Sonny? I have never been so insulted in my life.
My queen.
Okay, maybe I...
But you know what, Max? Now that I think of it, you bring up an excellent point. Why did I choose the bodyguard over, let's say, an attorney or a venture capitalist? I could be spending my weekends in intellectual pursuits rather than holed up in some rickety cabin fishing till my waders rot.
You said you liked to fish.
Well, of course. Who wouldn't enjoy spearing the cheek of an innocent trout with a needle?
Then don't go fishing with me. Go to a polo game with some stuffy banker instead.
Consider it done. My slumming days are over. We're through.
Diane, maybe we...
I don't want to hear it. Be gone with you. Boy toy.
Aww. My babies.
Oh, God.
You know, that might be why I like Diane the best, is she never did sleep with Sonny. Go Diane. I think she is canonically the only lawyer. Other than, remember there was like very like briefly, Kristen Minter played Jordan Baines back in like 2004 or 5. I don't think she slept with Sonny, but who knows? Oh, Matt, are you still in prison?
I knew better. I knew better than to get involved with Max G and Betty. But did I listen? Of course I didn't listen. I never listened to myself. It was his manly demeanor and his abs. You really can't even begin to imagine his abs. his puppy dog eyes and his cheap, dreadful suits. All right, look. I'm a professional and we have got a meeting to go to, and I'm going to be just fine.
Yeah, we have some notes to look over.
Yes, they're right here. I have all the plans for the redevelopment.
I really miss
project
Jason.
right
Real
here.
Jason.
I should have known that Max would turn out to be a lying, cheating, two-timing swine. Oh, God, I'm gonna miss him.
It's the first Jason and Sonny scene. Wow, we would not have that when Jason came back. Like, it's so weird to go back to this time period where Jason like had scenes with people who weren't Sonny and Carly. Like, he's had one scene with Carly and one scene with and apparently, and I'm 6 minutes in before we get to a Sonny scene. It's kind of crazy.
To marry to knock.
What happened was you guys said you were having a meeting. I thought it was with a lawyer. I don't know what's going on here.
A meeting.
You just can't bear to see anybody happy, can you?
We're on our way to city council right now.
Okay, I wanted to talk to you about the wedding.
Wedding? You mean that travesty that some people are going to have to sit through? No, never mind that you cheat on Kate Howard and then you lie to her for months. Now you actually expect to be able to marry her. Well, why shouldn't you? You're Sonny Corinthos. You get everything you want.
Go Queen.
Look at you. Just standing there so confident that you're in your icy little world. Everything belongs to you. Your fiance, your ex-wife, your bodyguard, and as you go blithely along, leaving a swath of heartbreak and shattered relationships in your wake, and now you come in here and you've got the gall to mention the word wedding. Not that a wedding was ever in my future.
This is like Sonny just almost wants to say, "Man, this is an Arby's." Like, he deserved every fucking word of that. Sonny is trash. Canonically, speak it. Read him for filth.
Jason, I'll talk to you about it later.
I miss this GH. I really do. Like, there is stuff about it that frustrates me, but my God, I miss this time period.
For that outburst. And for arguing with my ex, but profoundly gifted lover in front of you. And for telling your former employer exactly what he needed to hear.
If you want to reschedule the city council meeting, it's no problem.
Jason, do you have any idea the wrangling it took to get the city council to agree to sit in on a special session just to simply discuss a waterfront renovation project with you? Most of them would rather give themselves a pay cut and dock themselves a week's vacation. And I promised them that you were actually going to show up. Of course, they'll all probably be too terrified to speak, which will be a blessing in and of itself. But Jason, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just don't think for a second that my work on this has been negatively affected simply because I have wasted the last several months of my life with a manly, handsome,
The abs. Don't forget the abs. I am.
Fulfilling.
I could go to the meeting by myself.
Are you kidding me?
No, he's trying.
All of them will flee in terror. They think you're going to mow them all down. I'm fine. I have already spent far too many billable hours on, what's his name? So get out of the way, you petty bureaucrats. Be prepared to give my client everything he is asking for because Diane Miller is about to get her groove back.
He went on the run. He found his way back this week.
Who is this?
Aww.
I want you to find out what's going on.
Oh, my
Some
children.
things I haven't told you. All my children.
Get on board the sleep train for the intro.
I don't know. We have a whole. All right. I am gonna pause here because this is about an hour in. I don't know if the wedding stuff is coming up. It's on here somewhere, and there's some Zakara stuff I want to get to too. I know the wedding stuff is in here. Yes, the wedding stuff is towards the end. We might have to do another stream at some point, or maybe I'll do an impromptu one this week. Mostly, I do them on Saturdays because I only want to put on makeup one day a week, but, you know, we are where we are. That was a lot of fun, revisiting that time period. Frustrating. If you go back and watch on replay, there's a rant that I'm probably going to clip out where I just rant about the fact that I have to watch Jason and Elizabeth have the same conversation for like over and over again my entire life, like in 2000, 2002. Pretty sure it would have, you know, 2006, 7, and 8. Like, what is this? 2012, he had another bullshit reason why they couldn't be together. And it's just like the laziest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. But it gave me some, it's situated where I was here. So you got the Russians, Maxie and Spinelli. Jax has left Carly, but Kate has taken Sonny back. Bet you later she wishes she hadn't. Because if she hadn't, then, you know, she wouldn't have gotten shot through the spine. Nicholas and Nadine are still a thing. Can we talk about how I'm tired of Nadine having, like, I love Nadine. She was only, like, really on the show for a year, and they just never gave her anything that was worth her talent. It was so frustrating. They really tried to make fetch happen with that Nicholas and Nadine pairing, and it never worked. Like, they never had a story that really worked. But that's fine. And this is around the time that I had to figure out what happened. I don't remember what happens at the end of the trial with Johnny and Lulu, so I had to figure what all happens there. So, and that's not going to be available on my edit, so I have to actually go look that up. But if you joined, if you're watching, thank you so much. Thanks for having, coming out in the chat and, responding. That was really fun. Please feel free to, comment if you're watching later. Next week, we are probably doing Kismet, although I might do another stream of this. I might do the second hour of this because I'll be finishing up these small hours this week. So there is actually a video that's going live on the channel at 8 o'clock. It's a summer 2022 posting and writing schedule. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you like content. Like I said, I do the watch parties every week until September when I go back to school. And if you want to, be the first to click on notifications for when we go live. And then I will be doing vlogs, writing vlogs and whatnot starting, tonight. And then there's a video going up, I think, on Monday. So I am back to posting. And I'm also going to do way more GH commentary on here during the school year. We might go live for funsies later. So, all right. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.